Have you ever felt that something just wasn't right in your life? That perhaps the things you're pursuing or the dreams you're chasing don't quite feel like they belong to you? What if the very way you've been taught to think about success, happiness, and fulfillment has been subtly limiting your ability to manifest the life you truly desire? This is where we begin, by questioning everything you've been told, everything you've accepted, and everything you've assumed about the world and your place in it. For as long as we can remember, we've been conditioned to believe in a set of rigid rules. These rules were taught to us by society, by our families, by our schools, and by the collective consciousness of humanity itself. We were told that success is something external, something you must chase after, that happiness comes only once you've achieved certain milestones, like a promotion, a bigger house, or a perfect relationship. We were conditioned to believe that we are at the mercy of circumstances beyond our control, that our lives are governed by the whims of fate, and that the universe operates as an indifferent machine with no regard for our individual desires. But here's the great awakening. These beliefs are not truths. They are illusions. The truth is far simpler, far more empowering, and far more mysterious than we have ever been taught to understand. What if I told you that the power to shape your life, to manifest your desires, is already within you? What if the life you've been dreaming of isn't somewhere out there, waiting for you to catch up to it, but rather is already a part of your energetic blueprint, just waiting for you to wake up and claim it? The first step toward quantum manifestation is not about learning new tricks or strategies. It's about shedding the outdated, limiting beliefs that have clouded your perception of the world and your potential. It's about recognizing that the world you see around you is not fixed. It's not a rigid, unchangeable structure that you have to conform to. Instead, the world is fluid, dynamic, and malleable, like clay waiting for your hands to mold it. But before you can mold it, you must let go of the old, fixed ideas that prevent you from seeing your true power. So ask yourself, where in your life are you still chasing something you don't believe you deserve? Maybe you feel unworthy of success, or you've convinced yourself that happiness is only for a select few. Perhaps you've been taught that financial abundance is a privilege, or that love and connection are rare and fleeting. All of these beliefs are false, but they have been so ingrained in your mind that you might not even realize they're running the show. And yet, these beliefs are the very things that are keeping you stuck. They are the walls that keep you from the freedom you long for. To truly manifest the life you desire, you must be willing to question these beliefs. You must be willing to challenge everything you've been taught about who you are and what you deserve. Only then can you begin to see the world through a new lens, a lens that reveals the limitless potential you carry inside. In the following parts, we will delve deeper into the concept of quantum manifestation, explaining the science behind it in a way that resonates with your heart, not just your mind. But before we move forward, take a moment to reflect. What is it that you have been chasing, and why? What beliefs do you need to let go of to make space for the reality you truly want to create? At this point, you might be wondering, what is quantum manifestation? How does it actually work? The term might sound like something out of a science fiction novel, but in truth, the concepts behind it are rooted in real science. Science that can change the way you understand the world and your place in it. Quantum manifestation is not about using mystical powers or wishing upon a star. It's about aligning yourself with the fundamental laws of the universe, the same laws that govern everything from the tiniest particles to the vast galaxies. To manifest, you must first understand the quantum reality you're interacting with. Let's start with the basics. Quantum physics is the branch of science that deals with the behavior of energy and matter at the smallest scales, the level of atoms and subatomic particles. At this level, everything behaves differently from the way it does in our everyday, macro world. For example, particles don't exist in fixed locations. Instead, they exist in a state of probability, where they can be in multiple places at once until they are observed. This is known as quantum superposition. But there's more. In quantum physics, there's also the phenomenon of quantum entanglement. This happens when two particles become linked in such a way that their states are dependent on each other, no matter how far apart they are. In other words, a change in one particle's state instantly affects the other, regardless of distance. This isn't just a theory. This has been proven in countless experiments. And while this might sound strange or counterintuitive, it hints at a deep truth. Everything is interconnected. What happens in one place can affect another, even across vast distances. Now, how does all this relate to manifestation? If you accept the idea that the universe operates on these principles of interconnectedness and possibility, then the idea of co-creating your reality with the universe starts to make sense. Just as particles are entangled and influence each other, so too are your thoughts, emotions, and energy entangled with the larger energy field of the universe. When you shift your inner energy, you set into motion changes in the external world. This is the essence of quantum manifestation. It's not about wishing for something to happen and waiting for it to fall into your lap. Instead, it's about recognizing that the energy you put out into the world is directly shaping the energy that comes back to you. Your thoughts, emotions, and intentions are powerful waves in the quantum field, rippling out and influencing the reality you experience. You are not a passive observer of life. You are an active participant in the unfolding of your own reality. Consider this. When you focus on a particular goal or desire, whether it's a career breakthrough, a new relationship, or improved health, your energy begins to align with that desire. You create a powerful magnetic field of possibility that draws experiences, people, and circumstances to you. In essence, you are tuning into a specific frequency, one that matches the reality you wish to manifest. This is not mere wishful thinking. It's the application of quantum principles to your life. One of the most profound aspects of quantum manifestation is the idea that the universe is not a fixed system. It is a dynamic, fluid process that responds to the energy and intentions you project into it. The very act of focusing on a desire sends ripples through the quantum field, which then rearranges itself to bring that desire into form. It's not magic, it's science. And it's available to everyone as long as you understand how to tap into this energy and align yourself with it. To bring this concept into a more practical context, think about the last time you focused intensely on a goal. Maybe you visualized it every day, maybe you worked toward it with unwavering determination, and maybe, just maybe, things began to fall into place. This is the power of quantum manifestation in action. When you align your energy with your desires, the universe begins to mirror that alignment. Opportunities arise, synchronicities occur, and the path to your goal becomes clearer. As you begin to understand the quantum principles at play, it's important to remember that you are always co-creating with the universe. You're not alone in this process. The universe is not a distant, impersonal force. It's a vast, interconnected web of energy that is constantly responding to your intentions, thoughts, and actions. And when you consciously align with this flow, your manifestations are no longer about forcing things to happen. They become an effortless expression of your own inner truth. So ask yourself now, are you aligned with your desires on a deep, energetic level? Or are there lingering doubts and fears that are holding you back? What would it look like if you fully embraced the idea that the universe is working with you, not against you, to bring your dreams to life? The journey of quantum manifestation is one that starts deep within the mind. But it is not just the mind that is involved. It's your heart, your energy, and your emotions. There is a common misconception that manifestation is purely about setting clear intentions or creating a vision board. While those tools are helpful, they are only a small part of the equation. The truth is, your thoughts are powerful, yet your emotions are even more so. Together, they form the energetic foundation of your reality. At the core of quantum manifestation is the understanding that your thoughts and emotions are not separate from the world around you. They are, in fact, intricately connected. The energy you radiate through your thoughts, beliefs, and emotions is constantly interacting with the energy field of the universe. This is where the concept of vibration comes in. Every thought and emotion carries a unique frequency, and this frequency resonates with similar frequencies in the universe. If you are focused on feelings of lack, fear, or unworthiness, you will attract more of those same vibrations into your life. But when you cultivate thoughts and emotions of abundance, love, and gratitude, you begin to attract more of that energy as well. Imagine for a moment that you are standing in the middle of a large, energetic orchestra. Your thoughts are the instruments, your emotions are the melodies, and the universe is the conductor. When you focus on something, whether it's a dream or a challenge, your thoughts create a certain energetic note. But the real magic happens when your emotions begin to harmonize with that note. If you desire wealth, for example, but feel deep down that you are undeserving or incapable of achieving it, the dissonance between your desire and your emotional state will create resistance. You won't be in harmony with your manifestation. Now think about the opposite. What if your thoughts, your emotions, and your belief system were all aligned with your desire? Imagine you want to manifest a fulfilling career, but instead of doubt or fear, you feel confident, excited, and deserving. Your energy would become a clear, powerful signal that resonates with the abundant flow of opportunities. In quantum terms, you are no longer pushing against the current of the universe, you are flowing with it. And as you align your energy with your desires, the universe responds by bringing you experiences, people, and situations that match that energy. The key then is to recognize that manifestation is not just about thinking positively. It's about feeling deeply. It's about connecting with the emotional core of your desire and cultivating a sense of certainty and joy as if what you desire is already yours. When you embody this frequency, you become a magnet for the reality you want to create. But here's the thing. Emotions are not always easy to control. Life is filled with ups and downs, challenges, and uncertainties. How can you maintain an emotional state of abundance, confidence, or peace when external circumstances are less than ideal? This is where the practice of emotional regulation becomes vital. The more you practice becoming aware of your emotions, the more you can shift them consciously. This doesn't mean suppressing negative emotions, but rather acknowledging them and redirecting your energy in a way that serves your manifestation. You have the power to choose how you respond to life's challenges, and in doing so, you shape your reality. There's a simple yet profound practice that can help you start mastering your emotions. Gratitude. Gratitude shifts your focus from what you don't have to what you do have. It tunes your energy to the frequency of abundance, even when your circumstances don't seem to reflect it. By practicing gratitude regularly, you begin to train your mind and heart to look for the good, the positive, and the abundant in every situation. And as your gratitude grows, so too will the abundance that flows into your life. So I ask you this, what is the energy you are radiating right now? Are your thoughts and emotions aligned with the life you want to create? If not, what shifts can you make today to begin tuning yourself to the frequency of your desires? Remember, you have the power to direct your energy, and that's the first step toward manifesting the life you truly want. We often hear stories of people who have achieved seemingly impossible dreams, individuals who went from obscurity to fame, from poverty to wealth, or from illness to health. These stories are inspiring, yet they can also feel distant, like something reserved for a select few. But the truth is, these stories are not exceptions. They are proof of the very principles of quantum manifestation in action. The stories of people transforming their lives serve as powerful reminders that what you see in the world around you is not all that's possible. There is always more waiting to be uncovered, and you, too, are capable of achieving what might initially seem impossible. Let's consider the story of Sarah, a woman who once believed she could never own her own business. For years, she worked tirelessly in a corporate job she didn't enjoy, dreaming of something more, but always feeling that her dreams were out of reach. She grew up believing that success was for the lucky few, the ones with connections, the ones born into wealth. Every time she thought about starting her own business, doubts flooded her mind. Who am I to think I can succeed? She would ask herself. What if I fail? But one day, Sarah decided to make a shift. She had always loved baking, but never imagined it could become her career. After months of feeling unfulfilled, she decided to change her mindset. Instead of seeing herself as an average employee, she began seeing herself as a successful business owner, mentally, emotionally, and energetically. She visualized her bakery every day, not just as a dream, but as something that was already real. She began to feel the joy and excitement of owning her own business, as if it had already manifested in her life. At first, it felt like pretending, but soon, her new thoughts began to influence her actions. She started saving money, researching the best location, and networking with others who could help her make her dream a reality. Within a year, Sarah had her own bakery. She was living her dream, and it felt effortless. It wasn't that the path was always easy. There were challenges along the way, but Sarah had shifted her energy. She had stepped into the frequency of possibility, and the universe responded. Opportunities began to show up, connections were made, and the pieces of her dream began to align. Sarah's story is not unique. It is a perfect example of how quantum manifestation works. When you shift your thoughts and emotions to match the energy of your desires, you begin to open the door to opportunities and synchronicities that were once beyond your reach. Manifestation doesn't always happen in a linear fashion. It's not a matter of, I want this, and then I'll get it. Rather, it's about tuning your energy to the frequency of your desire and allowing the universe to unfold the path in ways you might not even be able to imagine. Consider another example. James, a man who had been struggling with his health for years. Despite trying various treatments and diets, he always felt drained, fatigued, and out of balance. One day, after hearing about the power of the mind-body connection, James decided to take a different approach. Instead of focusing on the disease or his symptoms, he began focusing on the vision of his healthiest self. He visualized himself full of energy, vitality, and strength. He connected with the emotions of being healthy, not just physically, but mentally and emotionally as well. The more he focused on this vision, the more he felt a shift in his body. He began making small changes, eating healthier, exercising more, and surrounding himself with positive influences. Over time, James' health began to improve. It wasn't an overnight transformation, but it was steady and consistent. The key to his success wasn't just the physical actions he took. It was the emotional and energetic shift he made. By focusing on the vision of his healthiest self, James reprogrammed his mind and body to align with that reality. His health was no longer something he was chasing. It was something he was becoming. These stories are not just motivational. They are examples of the quantum principles of manifestation in action. When you align your energy with your desires, the universe begins to rearrange itself to bring your vision to life. But this process requires patience, trust, and an unwavering belief that you are worthy of what you desire. Manifestation is not about forcing the universe to bend to your will. It's about co-creating with the flow of life, tapping into the abundant energy that is always available to you. Now reflect on your own life. What is it that you want to manifest? What story are you telling yourself about your ability to achieve it? Are you, like Sarah and James, willing to shift your energy, your thoughts, and your emotions to match the reality you desire? The path to manifestation begins with a shift in consciousness, a shift from limitation to possibility. And once you make that shift, everything becomes possible. Now that you've seen how quantum manifestation works in theory and have heard inspiring real-life stories of transformation, the question arises, how can you begin applying these principles to your own life? It's time to move from understanding to action, to step into the reality of your desires, and to become the creator of your own experiences. The universe is constantly responding to your energy, but you must first align yourself with what you truly want. So, how do you start? The first step is to gain clarity on what you truly desire. This may sound simple, but many people spend their lives pursuing goals that aren't truly aligned with their heart's deepest wishes. Ask yourself, what do I really want? Not what others want from me, not what I think I should want, but what is my soul calling me toward? Your desire must come from a place of authenticity, not from external pressures or fleeting whims. Once you've identified your true desires, it's time to begin aligning your energy with them. Start by tuning into your thoughts and emotions. Are they in alignment with what you want to manifest, or are you inadvertently sending out mixed signals? If your desire is for financial abundance, are you focusing on the lack of money or on the abundance that's already flowing into your life? If your desire is for a loving relationship, are you imagining yourself with a partner, or are you feeling lonely and disconnected? The key to alignment is to make sure that your thoughts, emotions, and beliefs are in harmony with your desire. This is not about ignoring the reality of your current situation. It's about shifting your perspective and seeing the potential for your desire to manifest. Begin to visualize your desired reality as if it is already happening. Feel the emotions associated with that reality, whether it's joy, peace, excitement, or gratitude. The more you can connect with the emotional essence of your desire, the more powerful your manifestation becomes. Another crucial element of manifestation is the act of letting go. It may seem counterintuitive, but once you've set your intention and aligned your energy, it's important to release attachment to the outcome. This doesn't mean giving up on your desire, but rather trusting that the universe knows the best path for you. Release the need to control how and when your manifestation will appear, and instead, trust the timing and process. This act of surrender creates space for the universe to bring your desires into form in ways that may be even better than you can imagine. In addition to emotional and mental alignment, taking inspired action is another key to manifestation. Manifestation is not about sitting back and waiting for things to happen. It's about co-creating with the universe. You must take inspired action that feels aligned with your desires. This might mean stepping out of your comfort zone, trying something new, or reaching out for opportunities that may have once seemed out of your reach. When you're aligned with the energy of your desires, your actions will feel effortless, and the universe will begin to guide you toward the people, resources, and opportunities that will help you manifest your goals. However, it's important to remember that there will always be challenges along the way. Manifestation is not a linear process. It's a journey filled with growth, learning, and even setbacks. But these challenges are not obstacles. They are opportunities to strengthen your faith in the process. When things don't seem to be going your way, remind yourself that every experience is part of the unfolding of your manifestation. Stay patient, stay focused, and keep aligning with the energy of your desires. Trust that the universe is always working in your favor, even when it doesn't seem like it. Finally, practice gratitude. Gratitude is one of the most powerful ways to raise your vibration and align yourself with abundance. When you focus on what you already have, you send out a signal to the universe that you are open to receiving more. Gratitude shifts your energy from lack to abundance, and it opens the doors to further manifestations. Start each day by expressing gratitude for everything in your life, no matter how small. This practice will help you stay in alignment with the frequency of your desires and attract more of what you want. So I ask you once again, are you ready to begin? Are you ready to step into your power as a creator and manifest the life you truly deserve? The universe is waiting for you to claim your desires, to align your energy with your dreams, and to trust the process of co-creation. Remember, you are not separate from the universe. You are a vital part of it, and your energy is influencing the world around you in ways you may not even fully understand. But now that you know the truth, you can begin to consciously and intentionally create the reality you desire. Take a deep breath, center yourself, and step forward with confidence. The world is waiting for you to manifest your dreams into reality. It's time to begin. As we close this journey into quantum manifestation, I invite you to pause for a moment and reflect. You've learned the principles behind quantum manifestation, the deep interconnectedness of all things, the power of your thoughts and emotions, and how aligning with your true desires can shift the very fabric of your reality. You've heard the stories of transformation, and now it's time for you to write your own story. One where you are the active creator, not a passive observer. The journey of manifestation is not about having a single perfect moment where everything falls into place. It is about the daily commitment to aligning your energy with your deepest desires and choosing to trust that the universe is working with you, not against you. Every thought you have, every feeling you cultivate, every action you take is either drawing you closer to your dream or keeping you further from it. You hold the power to change your life, one conscious choice at a time. But remember, the universe works on its own timetable. Your manifestations may not always come in the form you expect, and they may not arrive as quickly as you'd like. Trust the process, knowing that everything is unfolding in perfect timing. Even if it feels like your desires are far off or out of reach, remember that the universe is always conspiring in your favor, guiding you toward the opportunities and experiences you need to fulfill your dreams. As you move forward, keep your vision clear, your energy aligned, and your heart open. Take inspired action, let go of fear and doubt, and embrace the power of gratitude. Manifestation is not just about achieving external goals. It's about becoming the highest version of yourself, the version of you who believes in their own power and possibility. So, let me leave you with one last question to carry with you on your journey. What would your life look like if you fully embraced the idea that the universe is conspiring to bring you everything you desire? Imagine yourself living in alignment with your dreams, radiating the energy of abundance, and co-creating with the universe every single day. Now, take that vision and start living it. You are not separate from the universe. You are an integral part of it. Your thoughts, your energy, your emotions, they all shape the reality around you. So begin today. Begin now. Manifest your dreams and watch the universe unfold before you. Thank you for embarking on this journey into quantum manifestation. May you step forward with clarity, courage, and the knowing that you have the power to create the life you truly desire.